Now, MPs Babu, Owino and Kajwang were arrested today as they rode on motor bicycles to gain access to Kibera for a political rally after police officers had blocked entry for vehicles.
This was the highlight of a day that saw NASA leaders and police officers engage in a cat-and-mouse game ahead of Raila Odinga's return from abroad. Enock Sikolia followed the events in our reports.
This police officer running apparently to enforce an order stopping NASA leaders from accessing the entrance to Kenya's top airport, the JKIA. And what ensued? Bitter exchanges between Raila Odinga's lieutenants and the men and women in uniform.
Go back. Go back. It's okay.
The NASA leader will be flying back home on Friday after a tour of the United States, and his team was in a dress rehearsal of how they will welcome him back. The police, however, remained adamant. JKIA, according to orders, was not accessible to NASA. It is a secure area.
Let's go.
This sparked a heated exchange.
People are just walking in a
Unauthorized means he has gone through the process because he must pass through the procedures of science so that when he is entering the airport, we know he's secure. That is number one. Where is this coming?
This creeping dictatorship that is coming back to Kenya and turning our country into a banana republic, where entering the airport is becoming a matter in which you need a pass, like, in the old days, during the colonial period, you had to have to what was called kipande.
Tomorrow we are having not 1 million, 1.5 million. It's a river you cannot stop. Even tanks cannot stop 1 million. So run before we arrive. Tomorrow.
An earlier communication had indicated NASA would later address supporters at Kamkunji grounds, but the grounds had already been barricaded by police, and so James Orengo and his team opted for Plan B, Kibera grounds. They still found their planned march to Kibera a problem. Police officers had blocked roads leading to the slum area and NASA stronghold. NASA politicians outsmarted the men in uniform, choosing to board motorbikes to reach Kibera. But Embakasi East MP Babu Owino and his Ruaraka counterpart Kajwang were not lucky. They were arrested and taken to Kilimani police station.
Wakati niliona wanaanza kusimamisha watu kwa magari, gari yangu nimewachia polisi. Mkiona gari huko kwa bypass ni yangu, nimewachia huko, wakae nayo.
The police maintained that JKIA will only be accessible to NASA leaders who will have passes, but these leaders have called on their supporters to turn up in large numbers to welcome back Raila Odinga.
Any government that lives in the fear of its own people is not worth being in government.
Upon arrival, the former premier will unveil an action plan for the opposition coalition, a plan that will detail the activity of the national resistance movement going forward. Enock Sikolia, NTV, in the county of Nairobi.